In January in Swat, Pakistan, the Taliban demand all schools for girls close their doors.
Okay, wish you all the best.
The owner of the Khoshal private school, Zawuddin Yusufzai, loses his business of 14 years.
Malala, come on.
His 11-year-old daughter, Malala, loses her dream.
I want to get my education and I want to become a doctor.
It's okay. While Malala studies at home, the Taliban strengthen its grip on her city through public humiliation. In May, the Pakistani military begins an offensive against the Taliban.
We had to leave the town of Mengawara because we had to save our lives.
Suddenly there was a huge firing and missiles, so we quickly get our clothes and we put it in our bags, and I was weeping that why we have to leave Swat, we are innocent, what is our sin?
I hugged her that don't worry Malala, we will be back to our homes and you should be courageous.
Our father told us that this operation will be finished in just 2-3 days. After 2-3 days, he told us that it will be finished in 1 week.
My advice was not working because literally she was leaving her home.
Within 3 hours, the family and more than 1 million others from Swat are forced to flee for their lives.
Just to save their lives, people left each and everything and they rushed out of this city. It was just anarchy. And there was no discipline, no administration, nothing was there. Everybody was fleeing away.
With no place to live and no way to support his family,
Enough, thanks.
Zawuddin sends his wife and children to live with relatives. He goes to Peshawar to fight for Swat.
Thank you.
Peshawar is the regional capital and the front line of Pakistan's war against the Taliban. The militants and the military share an uneasy coexistence here. And it's here that Zawuddin settles into a room with 3 other exiles. 3 hours from their homes in Swat. All of the men are separated from their families. Ahmad owned a girls' school in Mingora. Farouk worked at a girls' school. Fazli Maula, also from Swat, is hosting them.
Sometimes we get bored of each other and everybody wishes to meet his wife and his kids. 6.
This is my aunt's home and we are living here now.
6 hours away, Malala is also living in exile.
Yeah, I'm really bored because I have no books to read. I want to go to my Swat.
Malala's been hopping around the country living with relatives, 4 cities in 2 months. With her brothers Kushal and Atul, and their mother, who can't be filmed due to cultural restrictions. They all miss Zawuddin.
I love him, we all love him, so we really missed him, his talks. I don't know, but we missed him.
Pakistan ka matlab kya? Pakistan ka matlab kya? Bam dhamake aur afwah. Khamoshi bhi gaddari hai.
In Swat, these men were the leaders of their community. Now in Peshawar, they organize protests and hold press conferences, trying to pressure the government to take Swat back from the Taliban.
As we say that a mother doesn't give milk to a child when it doesn't cry. So if you don't cry, you will not have anything, especially in the third world countries like us. You have to scream for everything.
Despite their uncertain situation, they have it much better than the million Swat refugees living in miserable conditions in the camps.
Really, sometimes we feel guilty that why we are here in a comparatively comfortable room. We should have been there.
There are reports that the Taliban are using the camps as hideouts and are receiving aid like everyone else. If the refugees return to Swat, the Taliban could return with them. But the date of that return is far from certain.
We just listen news and watching TVs for the sake of news. What is the date of our returning to our homes?
We are missing life.
We are missing life. We're here.
What Malala misses most is her lost education.
I really miss that room in which I have left my bag. I think that when I will go to Swat, so first I will go to that room and I will see my bag, and then I will go to my school, but first I have to see that room.
Her brothers yearn for their pet chickens, which they had to leave behind.
So the only thing which is missed by my kids, they miss their two small chickens. That whether they will be alive or they might have died.
Zawuddin worries about the fate of his home and school. They're located next to an army base, and he thinks they might have been bombed.
That whether it has been hit or not, whether the belongings which we left there, they are safe or not, we don't know. For the last 2 months, we don't know anything about our home.
Security in Swat is precarious. When the military came in, the Taliban went out to the countryside. Police have arrested some foreign terrorists, like these men who tried to carry out an attack dressed as women. But most of the 21 SWAT Taliban commanders are still alive, including Maulana Fazlullah, who issues death threats on FM radio.
अभी बिल्कुल सही सलामत हूँ और कोई भी हमला मेरे ऊपर नहीं हुआ है ना और जिहाद की इस अजीम फरीज़ा में हुकूमती प्रोपेगेंडा पर यकीन न करें.
The military claims its offensives are working. And citizens like Zawuddin, who are desperate to return home, cling to the good news.
Ultimately, we will be the winner. And the miscreants, the militants, they will be the losers. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic.
He's too much optimistic, so I don't agree with him because the leaders, the commanders of Taliban are still alive.
The chief minister of the region hosts a meeting with SWAT leaders. They're demanding to know when their valley will be safe enough to return to. Most of these men are feudal landlords who've received death threats, and so has Zawuddin. Back in May, he criticized the militants at a press conference, and a Taliban commander called for his life on the radio. Zawuddin is so obsessed with the restoration of Swat that at times he forgets about his other job, being a father.
Today is my birthday and he don't know, and I have told him yesterday that today is my birthday, so...
Her message is in English. They brought a birthday cake for me. My birthday has been celebrated. Now I'm happy from them, but not from you.
But Malala cannot resist her father's influence. She no longer dreams of becoming a doctor.
I have a new dream. So I thought that I must be a politician to save this country.
Why did you change this dream?
Because there are so many crises in our country, so I want to remove these crises and to save my country.
By early July, the crisis seems unbearable. Camps are filled to capacity. Taliban commanders are still alive. Finally, the Prime Minister makes a long-awaited announcement.
The gas has been restored, and even the banks, they are being restored. जो internally displaced persons हैं, उनकी नवीद देना चाह रहा हूँ कि वो 13 तारीख से वापस जाना शुरू हो जाए.
We think we will start again our new life because
Tomorrow, Ahmed will return to Swat. Several days later, Zawuddin will follow.
Okay. I dream going to school. I dream that when I will unlock the door of my house, belongings which were there, will they be safe or not? Will the two chickens will be alive or not?
After 3 months of separation and anxiety, the families finally reunited.
Today is 24th July and we are going to our home peg after 3 months. So it is the very precious day for me.
But there's one more stop before returning home. Zawuddin and Malala, with other grassroots activists, are invited to meet Richard Holbrooke,
Are you from Mingora?
President Obama's top official in the region.
How old are you?
I am 12 years.
12 years old.
Yeah. I will request you all, and respected ambassador, I will request you that if you can help us in our education, so please help us.
We've pledged well over $1 billion for economic aid. We're working with your government on the electrical problem. But your country faces a lot of problems, as you all know.
The military is still conducting operations in the countryside, and Taliban commanders remain on the loose. But Zawuddin talks as if the war is over.
This is the day of conquer. We, the peaceful people of Swat, we have won the battle with a sense of victory.
I'm thinking about that, is our home safe or not? There is a fear in my heart that the Taliban can recollect their power.
But Swat doesn't look like home. The Taliban displayed the bodies of its enemies in the streets. Now the military is accused of doing the same. Taliban corpses rot in the sun.
You are right now in a car going into a city where you are a wanted man.
I have a staunch belief that death has a certain time. When it comes, it comes. You can't avoid it. Death cannot be a hindrance in my struggle.
When the family reaches the valley, they're overwhelmed.
After 3 months, we are looking at the river of Swat.
Some of the houses are blasted and they are shooted by the army because there were Taliban in that houses.
The city is vacant. I can't imagine it. How is it? We never saw this city like this. Never at midnight, never at midnight even. This is without human beings, with no life. Really, we don't know what is there inside our home because we have heard that the majority of the homes have been looted by the looters. Oh my God. Come on.
It's like a jungle.
It's like jungle.
Oh.
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The kids rush to check on their pet chickens.
Are they there?
Our chicks are died.
Very sorry, very sorry. Malala? Malala? Malala?
After she collects herself, Malala checks on her schoolwork.
These are my notebooks. Everything is safe.
So the chickens died, but you got your books.
Yeah. I think the books are more precious.
But it's too soon to celebrate. The fate of the school, which has supported the family for 14 years, remains unknown. The key doesn't work. Zawuddin is becoming increasingly anxious.
Okay.
The child is climbing up and he will go down to the building and he will reopen it. Let's go into. Oh, so I think the people lived here. I don't know who lived here, but the people who lived here are very dirty. This is another room.
It's unclear who infiltrated the school.
Oof.
Was it the Taliban or was it the military?
The print of a very big shoe.
It doesn't really matter. For the past year, Zawuddin has felt trapped between both sides.
On its right side, please. Broken. The wall has been broken to the other house.
Someone knocks at the door. Zawuddin becomes nervous.
No one should enter, okay? Don't open it. Don't open it.
Malala searches for clues to the identities of the intruders. Then she finds the answer.
And they have written something in the diary of my friend. This is written that I am proud to be a Pakistani and a soldier of Pakistan Army. S-U-L-G-E-R. He don't know the spelling of soldier. They have written so many poetry. Some love one, some love two. I love one, that is you. And my friend is the age of me. She don't know what is love. So I was very proud of my army, that the army protect us. But when I see my school in this way, so I'm very shameful of my army.
Zawuddin finds a letter from the army. It blames citizens like him for allowing the Taliban to control Swat.
We have lost so much dear and precious lives of our soldiers. And this all is due to your negligence. Long live Pak Army, long live Pakistan.
This is the math class, and now this is not a class, this is a bunker of army. There is welcome to Pakistan. And this is Pakistan. Taliban destroyed us.
I think we should not put out the camera, okay? Because still the army is very alert.
It's been 6 months since Zawuddin and Malala lost their school. Its rooftop still offers a front row seat to a war with no end in sight.